Are you a medical professional looking to build a real estate portfolio, increase your passive income, or get out of your job? Watch this entire video as I show you how I went from zero to millionaire and left my full-time medical career. I went to school and got my undergraduate degree in exercise science. I thought I was going to go be a physical therapist. Couldn't stand it because it was so repetitive. So I went and got my license and got my master's degree as a physician assistant. From there, I ended up working in an ICU as a physician assistant. I learned a ton about medicine, the highest level medicine you can possibly learn. I was surrounded by genius doctors, hardworking nurses, great staff. However, there was something missing, right? And so when you come out of PA school or medical school or you get your nursing degree, guys, you're capped, right? Like, okay, as a nurse, you could potentially make $100,000 a year, right? As a PA, you could maybe make $150,000 a year. As a doctor, okay, you can make a lot of money as a doctor, but remember that you're not 32, 33, 34, 35 until you're actually done school to start that, right? And so here I am graduating PA school at the age of 26 years old. And I thought to myself, $150,000 a year? Actually, I didn't even start there. I got my first job was $120,000 a year. And I thought to myself, okay, sure, like I can live an okay life doing that. But like, how do I make millions of dollars? How do I not work 24-hour shifts? How do I not do overnights? You know, I'll never forget one of the first days I went into work in the ICU for a 24-hour shift, and everyone around me is miserable. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Nobody's had sleep in 18 hours. It's just so unhealthy. And I remember thinking to myself, like, what am I doing? Like really, what am I doing? Now, if you absolutely love medicine and you love it so much that it's your passion, I'm sure you won't feel the same as me. But most medical professionals and a lot of people in hospitals, listen, I don't care who you are. If you work in a hospital, you see it all the time, whether you're one of them or not. But most people are not happy, right? They walk around complaining about what time they had to get up. They walk around complaining about, oh, we have to go do this, or we have to go do that task, or we have to go clean the sheets, or whatever it is, right? And that is not fun. And I'm not trying to put down medicine at all. I actually really like medicine. Medicine fascinated me, which is why I went into it in the first place. However, I realized that I was capped. I was capped on an income level. I was capped on a lifestyle, right? I couldn't control my income. I couldn't control what I wanted to do, right? If my shift was a 24-hour shift, well, guess what? The next day is completely toasted because I'm exhausted, right? It just wasn't the lifestyle I wanted to live. And so the purpose of this video is really to show you how it doesn't even have to be a medical professional, but because I was one, how to get out of that and how to build a business in real estate to get you out of that over time. Now, in the medical professional field, you make half decent money, right? And so, especially for younger population. So, if you're making $80,000 a year, $100,000, maybe $150,000 a year, that's not bad income. And so, what you do with that income is crucial to getting you out of that so you can increase that scale of income much faster. Now, if you're making $100,000 a year, you want to live very, very low below your means if you actually want to leave that job. And this is probably the first thing that people forget, or not even forget, that people just don't do, right? Oh my God, I just graduated NP school. I make $115,000 a year. I'm gonna go buy a BMW. I'm gonna buy a $400,000 home. I'm going to go to Whole Foods for shopping. I'm gonna go to Starbucks every morning. That's not gonna get you out of it. In fact, you're putting yourself into a deeper hole where it forces you to make more money. However, you don't have the ability to make more money unless you work overtime. It's a huge rabbit hole. Avoid that at all costs. Instead, what you should be doing is looking for ways to use that capital to get into areas where there is no cap. And what I mean by that is, okay, take $20,000 and learn how to flip a house. Take $20,000 and buy a rental property. Take $5,000 and buy a course on wholesaling real estate. Do something that is going to benefit you outside of medicine, because like I said, it is you are capped. There is absolutely no way to make more money. It is not scalable. Now, a lot of people say, okay, $150,000 a year is a lot of money. To who though? So it's gonna come down to what type of lifestyle you want to live. And so a lot of people I know have asked me, how did I do it? Right? I was a PA for a year and 8 months and I got out of it. So in 1 year and 8 months, I was able to do that. You can do it too. I'm just an average guy. Now we're gonna talk about some actionable steps. So, first of all, if you can save up $20,000, that's step number one. What you're then gonna do with that is take a portion of it and buy a course. Buy some sort of education platform that's gonna teach you how to do something other than medicine. And it could be stocks, it could be building businesses, it could be real estate investing. And for me, in my life, I chose real estate investing. I spent hours and hours and hours reading books, YouTube videos, taking courses. I learned a ton about multifamily real estate investing. I started buying property with partners. I then started raising money to buy property with partners. And I was bringing no money of my own to these deals. Okay, and then all of a sudden you sell one of those properties and you just made your PA salary in one chunk. And that's one deal. And so you start to then become creative. And when those, literally as an entrepreneur, you can make as much money as you bleeping want to, depending on how creative you want to be. And that's something you just simply don't get in the field of medicine. All right, so actionable steps. Number one, go buy 3 books on real estate investing. The first book I recommend, go pick up Brandon Turner and Brian Murray's book on multifamily investing, Volume 1 and Volume 2. It's called Multifamily Millionaire, Volume 1, Volume 2. Go read both of those books, and then go read David Green's Buy, Rent, Rehab, Refinance, Repeat book. After you read those 3 books, stop reading and go take action. And what does that mean? That means reach out to real estate agents, reach out to other investors, go to a networking meetup every single week. So 3 agents a week you should be reaching out to, 3 investors a week in your local area that you should be reaching out to, and going to 1 meetup every week. Now you might say that's a lot of work. Well, guess what? It's gonna be a lot of work. It's plain and simple. I hear this all the time, like, how do I get passive income? There's no such thing, guys. The only way you're gonna get passive income is if you invest your capital into something else. But when you don't have capital, and trust me, if you're making $150,000 a year, it's gonna be really difficult to build up a bunch of capital, then you need to be creative. Okay, so we got step 1, buy a bunch of books. Step 2, networking really is the key. Step number 3, every single time you get in the car, every single time you go to the gym, put Bigger Pockets podcast on. Listen to as many episodes as you can. Podcasts are fantastic for cramming time and information together. You can be multitasking, driving, going to the gym, walking the dogs, anything, and listening to a podcast and soaking up information. So now you're getting it from reading, now you get it from listening, and now you're getting it from your network. The last and final step here, guys, is what interests you in the real estate field, and literally just go make it happen. And I know it's hard advice to take, but so many times I hear people say, all right, like, I've read a bunch of books, I'm stuck in this analysis paralysis. Well, guess what? Go take action. Make offers on properties, walk properties, try to raise money, whatever you can do to start moving forward. As long as you do something every day, you will get 1 step closer to reaching your goal. And at the end of the day, for me, if we rewind, my goal was I was making $120,000 a year as a PA. I need to replace my income with real estate before I can leave. And so it took me 100 units to make $120,000 a year from rentals. As soon as I got there and I left medicine, I 8x'd my income like almost overnight. And I'll tell you why. It was reading books, networking, listening to podcasts, and taking action. And between those 4 things, guys, there is no limit. It is super scalable. You can wholesale, you can flip, you can do rental properties, commercial properties, multifamily properties. It is endless, and there is no ceiling on it like there is in medicine. Now, if you like this video, I want you to hit subscribe, hit the like, and comment. Please in the comments, tell me if there's anything you'd like to hear differently, what you liked about the video, what you didn't like about the video. I'd love to get your feedback. I'll try to answer as many as I can. Please follow along for more content in real estate investing. My goal here is to put out as much information as I can to help individuals in medicine, in engineering, in whatever field it is, become successful and live the lives of their dreams using real estate investing, because it is possible. I'm living proof of it, and I'm just an average dude. And on that note, this video, yep, it's over.